So yeah, I'm Neil Barron. I run a very small product design consultancy called Gusto Design. We are involved in the innovation space, working with often big brands to produce new products for existing and new markets. So we work for all kinds of people. At the moment we're doing projects for energy company E.ON. You can see some things on the screen for Boots and so on, Lego. My other hat is at the Royal College of Art and jointly with Imperial College in London, where I run the second year of a joint master's course in Innovation Design Engineering. And it's at the Royal College of Art that my case study for today begins. Actually, looking back, it's actually nearly 3 years ago that I was asked to run a team within a workshop, a 2-day workshop, about bicycle design, designing new kinds of products for the bicycle market and looking for innovation. And the question asked was, what happens when you bring together 40 supposedly talented design engineering experts and students and challenge them? So what did this actually mean? So I was going to point out here that this was a MADE event, and MADE is going to feature a couple of times in my presentation for the opportunity that's given us with DNA. Yeah, so on the workshop we actually had some really interesting lectures from experts in different materials, bicycle design experts. We did the usual kind of creative sessions which we're very familiar with, brainstorming, thinking, riding bikes in Hyde Park, sketching, making things, and even rapid prototyping. My particular team, I think really more or less a whole day passed before we identified the opportunity of bicycle and potentially motorcycle theft as being the area we'd like to deal with. We found out that there are about 500,000 bikes pinched per year in the UK, about 50,000 motorbikes, although those are the reported numbers. So you can imagine there could be many more. We also know that policy says that cycle use is intended to grow supposedly fourfold by 2012. This is about a year or two old. So obviously there's some potential. What we also noticed was that there was a paradox, if you like, our opportunity, and we probably maybe didn't see it quite as clearly as this at the time, but looking back, this is what the crux was. That bikes getting lighter and lighter using all of your guys' fantastic materials technology, and as consequently locks potentially could be getting heavier and heavier, because there aren't any fantastically lightweight solutions for security at the moment. So, what to do? Well, we came up with a couple of approaches. This is the most significant one. Everybody's familiar with the idea of scissors, paper, stone, possibly. This is slightly kind of tangential, but the idea that you know the game. The approach that we took was, what if we could have multiple materials in our product which would defend against different kinds of attack? Because when you look into the actual mechanisms that people use for stealing bicycles, they're incredibly innovative and resourceful. So the basic idea that we had was, can we use lots of different technologies, lots of different materials to defend against each type of attack? And the consequence of that was also, could we, or in the backs of our minds, was could we then make a very lightweight material which might enable the product to actually be worn as opposed to strapped to your bike or put in your bag.